Lovies, the Happily Family Conference starts this week, so make sure you sign up. You can find the link in the blog at purejoyparenting.com. We'll have it there for you to sign up and show up. It is so incredibly exciting that the conference is happening this year and that I get to be there talking about how too much connection can backfire. So last week we were talking about what we love in our children, we love in ourselves, what we don't like in our children, we don't like in ourselves. Now we talked about the negative side of this, and I think everybody's pretty familiar with this, that all of those negative things such as lazy, unmotivated, rude, entitled, all of those we recognize quite easily outside, and therefore we actually judge and want to control our children. Well, this can work in the other side also. If we haven't owned an amazing part of ourselves or part of our brilliance, we might project that onto our children, and then we might see it in them, but not see it inside of ourselves. So what this can look like is, when my daughter was young, she was a gymnast and I could see her talent and I had her at the Olympics and I had her all kinds of things, right? I elevated her up on a platform because I had put myself down in a way of actually coming into my fullness and my brilliance. So I was putting all my energy into my daughter when that actually wasn't what was indicated that she needed. And so I was pushing and I was pulling and I was getting her all the gymnastic classes and I was trying to get her into the, advanced places. And that wasn't really what my daughter was exhibiting, that she wanted even. She loved gymnastics, but it was only because it was social. And so for her, the social was so much more important than the actual physical. So I did this in quite a few places. I noticed circus, same thing, circus. She was really good. My daughter has quite an athletic body and she can do athletic things really easy and really fast. So I was like, oh, she's going to be a circus performer. And then I would have to back off because my daughter would not exhibit the motivation that it took for that to continue. And then I, again, could flip over and call her unmotivated and lazy and all those things. But really, I had projected all this positive energy that I wasn't actually willing to own inside myself. I had projected that onto my daughter and was trying to get her to live that. So again, just like when I re-own my negative projections, and again, projection means it's something inside and we make our child the location. We see outside what we love, we see outside what we don't love. So when I had projected all the parts of myself that I had denied around my positive energy, around my brilliance, around coming into my fullness and being supported, I didn't have to, but I was willing to take that back in. And then I began to ask myself to come into my brilliance, to grow my company, to be able to do more pure joy and find the time and the energy to grow that. I needed support. And that was challenging because I have many barriers to support. We're going to talk about that on one of the podcasts about how those barriers to support stop me because I'm so much more comfortable giving the support than receiving the support. And you may experience this too. If you do, most likely you're over supporting your child in their brilliance. And you may not, again, like we talked about last week, you may not actually be listening to your child, seeing what your child is actually interested in. You may be projecting all that beautiful energy, and it's beautiful energy. But what would it be like to bring that energy back in, which is what I did. And I started growing myself with lots of amazing support, which I'm so grateful for being able to take in that support, even though it's scary at times to actually receive the support. It's much easier to be the supporter. So I want you to think about this week. And just ask yourself, are you over supporting your children's perceived brilliance and not actually supporting your own? Now, it can be both and. Of course, I want to support my daughter's brilliance. And as she said, I want to take my wantings off of her so I can actually see her wantings and support those. And yet the first step was actually taking back that projection, bringing it back inside and seeing where I wanted to be supported, how much energy I wanted others to support me, and seeing my brilliance. All right, lovies, I hope you have a great week. Sign up for the Happily Family Conference. I know I keep saying that, but it is so yummy. It is going to be so supportive to you. And you'll be able to download the Healthy Separation Guidebook that we did especially for this conference. The first time you're going to be able to get this. Jess at Pure Joy did an amazing job of putting this together. So look forward to having you there and hearing feedback on this amazing document that Jess created for us at Pure Joy. All right, lovies, have a great week. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Balanced. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.